The story of Albert Schweitzer. The value of dedication. Young Schweitzer often pondered life. He had been given many gifts and wanted to share them with others. At 21, he gave himself 9 years to improve his talent, and then he would dedicate himself to serving others. So he became a famous organist, and wrote a book about organs and one about Bach. Additionally, Schweitzer studied science and philosophy, became a minister, and wrote a book about Christianity. After 9 years, he knew he wanted to go to Africa and told Helen his sweetheart. Schweitzer was determined, and in 1911, after medical school, he passed his exams, followed by a year's internship. Finally, he asked the Paris Missionary Society to send him to somewhere in Africa that had a hospital. Schweitzer also informed them he wouldn't need a salary because it can live off money that he had earned from his book. He could hardly wait to tell Helen that he was being sent to Liberia on Africa's west coast near the equator. People there suffered from terrible diseases, and he wanted to help. He asked Helen if she could put out with him, and she responded with a yes. So they married, and a few months later boarded a ship for Africa. Their ship docked at Cape Lopez. There they got on smaller boat, and the last few miles they traveled by canoe. Arriving at the clearing, they saw only a few shacks surrounded by forest. The next day, they began cleaning and painting an old chicken house, which became the hospital. Schweitzer also built shelf for his medication. Throngs of people came to see the new doctor, which was exhausting. About the same time, a local approached Schweitzer and asked in French if he needed help. Joseph then introduced himself, stating that he spoke English, French, and a different African language. He became the assistant that Schweitzer needed. Once a cook, Joseph knew anatomy and said things like, "This man has a pain in his leg of mutton." Schweitzer would think how leg of a mutton looked how and know where the pain was. Joseph also learned about medication and helping during operation. They also built more building in cool heart to sick people stayed in. Then Schweitzer heard Germany and France were at war, which were alarming because they were Germans in French territory. Eventually, the hospital closed, and only Joseph was left to guard medicine. Schweitzers were taken a ministry. There they stayed until 1980, when they were allowed to return to Germany. Soon after,
Afterward. Afterward. Soon afterward,
they had a baby. Also happy, but Schweitzer wanted to return to Lamborghini, but didn't think it was healthy for his new daughter. Finally, ultimately, he decided against taking her, but felt he must to return because
must 是助动就没有 to 了。
must return because those were his people. After raising money for supplies and additional buildings, he returned to Africa by himself. When Schweitzer reached Lamborghini, little were left. The jungle had taken over, so he and Joseph began again. Over a year, they built a larger hospital and 14 new huts to house several hundred people. Schweitzer dedication became known worldwide. Queen Elizabeth gave him Order of Merit. In 1952, he received two Nobel Peace Prize and used the money for a new building. Not everyone can be doctor in Africa, but you can help people, no matter your whereabouts. When people ask why he didn't rest, Schweitzer would answer, "My humanity is like money. If I keep it in a drawer on the shelf, it can do nothing, but if I spend it others, look at what can happen."
好。